on Earth compared to what you are, and classically today you might say that people in the West versus people in the Middle East, have deep suspicions about each other's religious morals, shall we say. Well, going back to your thing, no person who's evil thinks they are, and by the way, in this case, probably neither one of them are evil.
Yeah.
And they both truly believe and in fact are trying to do good in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And so the thing I liked about Ultimate 8 was saying, okay, well, what if we throw you into an environment where it's perfectly something you don't believe.
Yeah.
I mean, I wanted to set it up to where it's very, very unlikely that you will think devil worship is really the way you ought to be.
Yeah.
But if that's the world you're in, what do you do about it? How do you deal with it? How do you live within it?
Well, I was going to talk about this later, but I guess now as good a time as any. Is why do you hate God so much? Because now, this is you start off with this really, really great system of virtues. It's kind of bulletproof, really. You've got these, truth, love, justice. You've got these things to live for, and it's basically godless. God has nothing to do with any of this. In fact, Britannia is strangely atheistic to the point where nobody worships anything. You got the serpents up there, and the Ophidians kind of worship them, but we don't even really talk about them.
Right.
Nobody really worships anything, and weirdly, nobody even mentions it. Then the Avatar comes around. Whoever becomes the Avatar comes around, and he's still got these things going on.
Right.
He masters all that. And, okay, you got this kind of bulletproof system. It works out okay, and then every other game past that shows you what a stupid idea that is.
Of what those belief systems
yes.
are? Or even the virtues are?
Yeah. All of it.
All of it. Oh, no, well, that's because... So the reason why you find me attacking everything, including my own
Even your own.
Is because I'm a deep believer that anything... I'm going to contradict myself. I'm a deep believer that anything you believe should be challenged.
Sure.
Because I think that's not... It's deciding that you know the truth that sets you up for failure.
Yeah.
And so I don't care what your belief is, or mine is, or that I've proposed. As soon as you buy into whatever I propose, I'm not going to tell you why it's wrong.
Yeah.
Because I think that you really need to be more nimble. People need to be much more open-minded and much more self-critical.
Yeah.
And so I both love picking on the relatively easy targets.
Sure.
Like a lot of cult-like subsects of religions that get a lot of grief anyway, and I often pattern after them because they're relatively easy to analyze and to put in a way that is obfuscated. But even whether it's major religion or things I propose, I'm just as happy to read it.
So, like, you take my characterization of the Avatar, which is hyperbolic to be certain, but it's fair enough. Like, I go here, I show up on at Britannia, and I go, hey everyone, I'm the Avatar. And they go,
I'm here to help.
I'm here to help. And they go, that's nice. You are again? And I go, hello, Avatar. And they go, that was like 200 years ago. And I go, statue, hello, help me out, gargoyle problem. And they're like, okay, you're the Avatar, what do you want from me? And I'm like, weapons, please. The fate of the world is at hand here. I need some help. Would you please help?
Yeah, by the way, I agree with you.
Exactly.
Completely.
Exactly. So, but the thing is, now I'm not exactly being humble here, but I'm correct. I could
you could use the help. I mean, obviously, and that's actually one of the things I've enjoyed about listening to your game analysis, not just of my own work, but other people's work too. Is finding those cracks in our young art form, and just saying, guys, it's not acceptable for these kind of cracks to exist. If we're trying to prove that our games are literature, are as worthy as a good movie, we can't have those cracks.
I don't think, what I'm saying is, I don't think it's a crack necessarily. Is where my guy shows up and he starts demanding things, even if
but that should require but the game shouldn't not have you be remembered if there's a statue to you in the street corner. But the game should dock you if you're boisterously going around like saying, aha, I'm here, everybody bow down to me. That might also be bad.
Exactly. So,
but you want to find the correct solution to that situation.
Exactly. So, but yeah, you've got this problem where you've got any kind of philosophical, theological figure showing up, no matter how good the system of ethics or justice or religion is. You've got this problem where the virtues are flawless on its face, and then every game since then shows you how flawed they are. Because what if somebody makes them mandatory?
Right.
And then, my character, he's like, good news, everybody! I found the Bible! Boom!
Yeah.
Bad news. I just kicked down the door to the Gargoyles' Holy Sanctum and I stole their Bible.
Right.
That's the bad thing. And I killed about all of them.
Most of them. Yeah.
To do it. So now it's like, I've done this.
But isn't that already true through, think about it, think about history. History is full. History and contemporary problems are full of things like the Crusades.
Yeah.
Where people go, look how righteous I am. Look what good deeds I'm doing for my philosophy, belief, and deity.
Exactly. My guy shows up and goes, I'm the Avatar. You guys are safe.
Right.
So like my guy goes, boom, I'm Jesus, basically.
Right.
And I am.
Basically. Yeah, from these people and their perspective, you are.
And the book says so.
Right.
The book says so.
Right.
I am. So like, what's the problem? And then the gargoyles come up and they're friggin' pissed.
Exactly.
And I'm like, what's their problem?
Yeah.
And they're like, that's our book. And I'm like, no, it's not.
I took it, fair and square.
I took it. No, you guys are friggin' ugly. And then the book's not.
You guys look like demons, man. You got teeth and horns and wings.
And the book says, I don't know what the book says. I can't read it. Like, I don't know. There's no rules here. I don't know. So let's send it to space. And then the Lord British. Really, by the way, Lord British is a dick in that game.
Well, he's never terribly useful, but yeah. But why are you casting this particular aspersion?
In Ultima 6, he's like he calls you to the court and he says, okay, the gargoyles. He doesn't know what's going on. Nobody knows what's going on. He's like, the gargoyles are just boiling up from the underworld. They're rampaging an Avatar. We need you to stop them. We need you to. He basically tells you to exterminate.
Right.
them.
Yeah. Commit genocide.
He's like, we need you to wipe out these gargoyles because they are just ravaging.
And they are.
Then they are.
Yeah.
They are, but they're rightfully so. But you don't know this, so you find out why they're mad, and you've devised this plan to bring peace between them. You discover you're the false prophet and all that stuff, and so you go to Lord British, and he's like, they want what? The Codex. Well, they can't have it.
Right. It's so important to us.
It's ours.
It is ours. It's how we built the whole virtues, the whole system of greatness.
This is our thing, and you're the Avatar. You know this.
Exactly
and
right.
So he's not helping. So at the end of the game, you actually go behind his back, and you send the Codex into the void. You essentially have to force him into a truce with the gargoyles.
Right. Got a problem with that?
Exactly. Yeah, I kind of have a problem with that. So, like, you start to realize, like, there's kind of like some holes being punched in the Lord British character, which I don't think are ever explained.
Oh no, but again, but Lord British, I don't think any of the series would have worked had Lord British been.
Oh, if he just agreed?
Yeah, if he was this omnipotent and or super powerful, either one. If he was either particularly powerful or particularly correct. Or universally helpful, any one of those three would actually bring you to your knees to a point. I actually think you made some great points about things like, if Lord British has literally summoned you from another world to come here and open these magical gateways between worlds, and the amazing amount of power it would take to pull that off, since it's not an everyday event, and then says, hey, by the way, I don't even have a sword for you. Go buy one, thank you. I mean, that's obviously a level of lack of helpfulness that needs to be fixed.
I love that. In Ultima Underworld 2, he's like, oh, this dome of black rock surrounding us. Avatar, go help. I'll be here. You're literally wearing a suit of leather armor, and I don't even think you have a knife. You're like, I'll go into the sewers then. And you have to go like steal Dupre's knife.
Right. That's why I think and hopefully we'll get this considerably better in Stride of the Avatar, in spite of our demoing view today of killing chickens, which I could hardly believe that was what the team decided to show was. Let me. Look, man, that's a tough chicken, man.
Yeah, it's scary.
Look at that.
Whoa.
Beast.
Okay, it took the shot. It took 2 shots.
2 shots. 3 shots.
It took
3 shots.
It took 3 swipes of the Avatar's mighty blade to fell the fowl.
Practice with a new sword to kill a few chickens.
It took 3 shots.
It took 3. Oh boy! But because we used to have this sign on the wall that obviously needs to go back on the wall. And it was the big no sign on top of a club and a rat. And
no rat clubbing?
Yeah, no rat clubbing. Meaning, look, it's just while we need you to have some progression by all means, you need to arrive feeling not so utter. If you're the Avatar hero who's returned from Earth to help save the world, you need to not start out quite so squirrely.
Pest control.
Yeah,
this is my problem.